Well, good evening, Arkansas. A very happy Friday Eve to everybody out there around the natural state. Chief Forecaster Derek here with your Thursday evening weather update. Really not a whole lot to talk about across the state. Really, overall, a great day in terms of humidity. We saw a great morning this morning. Temperatures down into the 50s and 60s. I fully expect to see that again overnight with clear skies and light winds. And very low humidity across the state. Again, this has really been the story over the past several days. Not much rainfall, little if any across state, and really we expect that to continue into the weekend, and then of course into next week as well. So again, continue dry pattern for several days. We are in a drought, and unfortunately that's going to continue into the near term at the very least, along with the hot and humid weather. For the most part, not as humid, but definitely hot compared to what we would like to see for this time of year. Overall, though, a very nice evening across the state this evening coming in at 75 up in Harrison, 81 in Clinton, 82 in Fayetteville, 84 in Fort Smith, 82 in Mena, 86 in Texarkana, 79 down in El Dorado, Monticello, and Pine Bluff, and then, of course, coming in here at 82 in the capital city. Of course, all eyes are on this upcoming weekend, a big rivalry weekend across the state of Arkansas. We have games in Jonesboro and Fayetteville, both rivalry games in Memphis and Texas coming in to the state. So what does the weather look like as we talk about that? Overall, a very nice weekend coming up for football across the state. First off, for our Red Wolf fans, Memphis coming to town, a 6 o'clock game. Well, once again, it's going to be a very nice day overall, really for both tailgating and the game. Temperatures in the 80s to around 90 for our tailgating. It will be a warm start to our game at 6 o'clock, but as we head throughout the game, we will start to cool off fast down into the low 80s to upper 70s by the end of the game. Humidity does look to remain in check for this game as well, so it's going to be very nice and very comfortable early September evening across for our folks in Jonesboro. Now, for our folks on the Hill, obviously a very big game up here on the Hill. Texas, number 15, Texas comes to town as well, and we have a very nice forecast coming up. 80s to around 90 for our tailgating and our kickoff. But once again, as we head throughout the game, it's going to be very, very nice. Temperatures starting out in the 90s, dropping off to around 80 by the end of the game. Look for a very good weather day. Sold out crowd in Fayetteville. It's going to be a very, very, very nice day on the Hill. Again, very nice weather, and my early prediction for both games, I'll give you that at the end of this video. But once again, fully expecting a very nice game across for our folks in Fayetteville and our folks in Jonesboro, as we have two rivalry games going on across the state. For the most part, though, again, a very nice morning on Friday, but another hot afternoon across the state. It's going to be a relatively nice day, starting off in the 50s and 60s, and then warming up into the 80s and 90s once again. Of course, as I mentioned, great weather for our rivalries Saturday across the state. Texas and Memphis coming to town. It's going to be great weather there. Now, as we head towards mid to late week next week, we're going to start watching the Gulf of Mexico once again. And the reason why I say this is we're going to have a front coming out of the north. We're going to have a tropical disturbance coming out of the Gulf of Mexico and the Bay of Campeche. What that could do is actually increase our moisture, therefore increasing our first beneficial chance of rain that we've seen in quite a while. What that does mean is that the humidity is going to return, but with added cloud cover, we will see at least a good chance of rainfall with a little bit less chance of heat, at least for a couple of days. Now, the biggest question everybody has, and what we've gotten over the past several days, is summer coming to an end? No. Short term, guys, even looking ahead towards mid month into late month right now, I don't see a long-term pattern change coming yet. All indications are we are going to remain above average again. Our average highs will be dropping down to around 80 as we head towards the end of the month. So again, above average could be 80 to 90 or 85 to 90. So just because it's going to be above average doesn't necessarily mean hot. I still fully expect several more 90-degree days, but I do expect that as we head towards mid-month, more 80s versus 90s, but still well above average for this time of year. Now, overnights, again, similar to what we've seen with 50s and 60s for highs, but for the most part, I don't see the afternoon summer heat coming to an end just yet, but continuing to watch for that possibility as we head throughout the next several days. Several days and really the next couple of weeks. Overall, though, a great forecast coming up, at least for the first half of the period. Of course, for our folks in northern Arkansas, 80s and 50s on Friday. Well, once again, plenty of sunshine. As I mentioned, a little bit warmer over the weekend, but still nice across this part of the state. Plenty of sunshine, and then, of course, mild evenings ahead with low humidity. As we head towards Sunday and Monday, our humidity starts to increase once again. And then, of course, as we head towards the mid to late week time frame, that's when we're going to be starting to watch for those temperatures coming down as the cold front moves towards the state. Our cloud cover increases and moisture starts to increase a little bit as well. I've kept those ranges down for now because we don't really know what effect any tropical system would have on our weather, so we're going to keep those down for now, and we'll increase as needed. For our folks in central Arkansas, again, it's going to be warm most of this upcoming weekend, well above average temperatures, low to mid 90s, but our evenings and overnights are not going to be bad. Low humidity does stay in place for much of the upcoming weekend, and then, of course, as we head into early next week, that's when we start to watch for that moisture starting to come back, but cloud cover will start to come back. Cold front drops a little bit south. Tropical moisture comes a little bit north, and that means a small increase in cloud cover. Therefore, our temperatures do come down a few degrees. I fully expect rain temperatures to come up as we get a little bit closer, but again, timing, track, all that will depend upon, and then, of course, all the ingredients needed for beneficial rainfall. We have to wait and see. Now, for our folks in southern Arkansas, again, it's going to be warm, it's going to be hot for much of the upcoming weekend. Dry weather continues for much of the next several days. Then same thing here as we head towards mid to late week is when we're going to be watching for either a tropical system or a cold front to come down and give us at least some relief from the heat in terms of cloud cover and at least scattered showers and storms across the state. We could see a little bit more, could see a little bit less. Again, everything does depend upon 1, the ridges, 2, the front, and then 3, any tropical disturbance. And the National Hurricane Center currently has that at 30% right now, so it's kind of a wait and see as to what we see here in the natural state. But keep your hopes up. At least it will be cooler, and we definitely need the rainfall, as we've not seen much rain really in the last 3 to 4 weeks. So we definitely need it across the state. Our farmers don't need it, but again, we do need it because we are entering fast into a drought, and that wildfire danger is coming up each and every day. Now, as I mentioned, I would give you a little bit of predictions for both the Memphis and Arkansas State game and the Arkansas and Texas game. So foremost for our folks in Jonesboro, I expect this game to go. It's going to be a close game. I expect A-State to pull it out with a score of 42-39 up in Jonesboro, in a very close game. Now, for our folks in Fayetteville, and this is a very early prediction of this game. Again, I expect it to be another close game, but once again, I expect to see 80,000 fans, home game on the hill, night game on the hill. Arkansas pulls this one out by a score of 38-31. So again, bold predictions for both games, but I expect to see a double win for us across the state. Again, we will be tracking all sorts of weather across the state. We will be tracking the tropics, and of course, go A-State, go Hogs, and we will see you in the morning right here on your source for all things Arkansas weather.